Okay, so the next thing we're going to have a look at is using the quadratic formula, which we need to do sometimes. Sometimes it's easier than completing the square. So if we start with x squared plus 6x plus 7 equaling 0, and the question might say solve this for x. There's no easy way for us to factorize this. Okay, the 7's a prime number, we can only do 7 and 1. I could do 7 minus 1, and I would get 6, but 7 times minus 1 would be negative 7. So I can't factorize that. So I need to use either completing the square or the quadratic function. Now remember, the quadratic function is this. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Alright, so let's have a look over here. What is my a? Well, this is my a, whatever's in front of that, so that's 1. My b is whatever's in front of the x, so that is 6. And my c in this case is 7. Okay, so I've got my a, my b, and my c, and I can now start looking at solving this for x. So therefore, x is going to be equal to negative b, so that's negative 6, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so that's 6 squared, minus 4 times a times c. The whole thing is divided by 2a, so 2 times 1. Alright, so I end up with, let's see if I can simplify this a little bit. I get 36 minus, now 4 times 1 is 4, times 7 is going to be 28, divided by 2 times 1 is 2. Alright, so we're on track here. Let's see if I can simplify what's under that square root. I get negative 6 plus or minus the square root. Well, 36 minus 28 is going to be 8. Okay, now some of you might want to just leave it at that, but actually there's a few more things that I can do. Let me just create a bit more space. Let me get rid of this. Alright. So from here, I can simplify this a little bit. Now I'm remembering what I did with surds. I can simplify. So now I've got negative 6 plus or minus the square root of, that's the same as 4 multiplied by 2, divided by 2. So I actually end up with negative 6 plus or minus, well, the square root of 4 is 2. So it's 2 root 2 divided by 2. And now I can divide each of these parts, not just one of them, but both of them by 2. So negative 6 divided by 2 would be negative 3, plus or minus 2 root 2 divided by 2 would just leave me with 2. And that's my answer. So when they want me to solve this original one, okay, so I want to solve this for x, I can say that x is equal to this. So that's actually 2 solutions. One of them is negative 3 plus root 2, and the other one is negative 3 minus root 2. And that's the exact answer, okay, without using our calculator. Done.